When designing an exercise, it is important to identify the capabilities to be exercised and the desired outcomes early in the planning process. A common misconception is that exercise design should start with choosing the scenario. However, to develop a scenario that will provide the desired outcome for the exercise, planners should start by identifying the capabilities to be exercised. This video will discuss capabilities and how to use capabilities in exercise scenario development. Capabilities. Capabilities are the distinct skills necessary to accomplish a mission, function, or objective. Various organizations or fields use different approaches when defining capabilities. For example, the healthcare field uses healthcare preparedness and response capabilities, while FEMA uses the core capabilities identified within the National Preparedness Goal. Within these definitions, communities or organizations determine corresponding capability targets, which are the performance threshold an organization aspires to meet. The results of exercises and real-world events can be used to measure and track progress towards these capability targets over time. In order to properly measure and track this progress during exercises, it is important to use capabilities and capability targets to develop evaluation criteria, which will also inform the scenario within which players will operate or perform. How to use capabilities in exercise scenario development. Because a capability can be exercised using a variety of scenarios, and each scenario can be used to exercise multiple capabilities, it is important to first understand the desired outcomes for the exercise. Let's follow Ben and Sarah as they determine the capabilities for an upcoming exercise and develop the needed scenario. First, they work with their senior leaders to understand the desired outcomes of the exercise. As a result, the senior leaders identify the need to exercise their community's new shelter management plan and emergency evacuation procedures. Based on the senior leaders' input, Ben and Sarah review multiple sources of information to choose the highest priority capabilities to be exercised, such as the Integrated Preparedness Plan, threat, hazard, and risk assessments, after-action reports and improvement plans, external requirements, and any existing plans, policies, or procedures. Considering this review, they choose the capabilities that will drive the desired exercise outcomes associated with sheltering and evacuation, public information and warning, critical transportation, mass care services, and situational assessment. Next, Ben and Sarah will work with the exercise planning team to develop smart objectives for the exercise based on the chosen capabilities and desired outcomes. In order to develop a plausible and realistic scenario, the exercise planning team references threat and risk assessments to identify a list of threats and hazards that could affect the chosen capabilities and allow for evaluation of the objectives. The planning team determines that a hurricane scenario would be the most appropriate based on these conditions and the current threats and hazards identified for Central City. With the end in mind, Ben, Sarah, and the exercise planning team will use the objectives and corresponding exercise evaluation criteria to finish developing the details of the scenario to provide the opportunities for players to evaluate and validate the capabilities chosen. With this knowledge, you are ready to design a plausible and realistic scenario based on desired outcomes, chosen capabilities, and evaluation criteria. Good luck!